Gabriela's journey, finding herself again. Gabriela stood at the kitchen sink, staring out at the wide-open fields that stretched beyond her backyard. The sun had just begun its slow descent, casting a golden glow over the land she had called home her entire life. It was beautiful, peaceful even, but inside, she felt anything but at peace. At 46, Gabriela felt like she was disappearing. Her children were grown and gone. Her marriage felt like two strangers living under the same roof, and the once vibrant woman she used to be had faded into the background. She wasn't just exhausted, she was empty. The weight she had gained over the past decade was just another symptom of a much deeper problem. She didn't sleep well, waking up feeling just as tired as when she went to bed. Her body ached, her energy was non-existent, and every day felt like a repeat of the last. It wasn't just about weight, it was about life. She had lost herself, and she wasn't sure how to get back. That realization hit her hardest one evening when she stood in front of the bathroom mirror, barely recognizing the woman staring back. How did I get here? For the first time in a long time, she allowed herself to feel it all: the sadness, the regret, the frustration. And in that moment, she made a promise to herself. She wouldn't try to change everything overnight. She had tried that before and failed. Instead, she would begin with 3 small things: a boost for the body. The first thing Gabriela needed was energy. She was tired of dragging herself through each day, relying on coffee to function and sugar to keep her going. She knew those fixes were temporary, leaving her feeling worse in the long run. She had struggled for so long that change felt impossible, until a friend shared something called 3 small things. One of the steps was a natural tonic that could support her metabolism and help her feel more balanced. Skeptical but willing, she decided to start there. The change wasn't instant, but it was real. After a few days, she felt a subtle shift. The mid-afternoon crash wasn't as brutal. Her cravings for junk food weren't controlling her. And for the first time in years, she felt like her body wasn't working against her. Energy and persistence conquer all things, Benjamin Franklin once said. Gabriela wasn't conquering anything yet, but for the first time in a long time, she had hope. Changing one bad habit. The next step was harder. She needed to let go of something, one habit that was holding her back. She thought about all the things she could cut: fast food, late-night snacking, endless cups of sugary coffee. But in the end, she chose bread. Bread had always been her weakness. Warm, fresh-baked rolls, tortillas with every meal, thick slices of toast slathered in butter. It wasn't just food, it was comfort. But that comfort had come with a cost. It left her feeling sluggish and bloated, trapped in a cycle she couldn't break. At first, the cravings were unbearable, but each time she resisted, she felt a little stronger. She started swapping out her usual choices for lighter, healthier alternatives. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit, Aristotle once said. Gabriela realized that every time she chose something better for her body, she was building a new habit, one that honored her health instead of sabotaging it. Step 3: self-love in action. The final step was the hardest of all: doing something just for herself. She had spent her entire life caring for others. First her children, then her aging parents, then her husband. But now, she had to face the truth. She had never learned how to care for herself. She decided to start small. Each morning, before the demands of the day could take over, she would go for a walk, Just 20 minutes, no pressure, no expectations. At first, it felt strange, like she was stealing time that wasn't hers. But as the days passed, she started looking forward to it. She noticed the way the cool morning air felt against her skin. She started listening to music she hadn't heard in years. And as she walked, she let her mind wander, not to worries or responsibilities, but to dreams, to possibilities, to the woman she was becoming. And you? When will you begin that long journey into yourself? Rumi once asked. Gabriela realized she had already begun. The transformation. Weeks turned into months. Her body grew stronger. Her mind felt clearer. The woman who had once felt invisible now looked in the mirror and saw someone she recognized. She wasn't perfect. She still had hard days. But now she had something she hadn't had in years: control. One evening, as she set the table for dinner, her husband paused in the doorway, watching her. "You seem different," he said quietly. "Happier." She smiled. "I am." Because she had learned something powerful. Change didn't have to come in massive, overwhelming waves. It could start small, with 3 simple choices. A boost for the body. A single sacrifice. An act of self-love. And those small things, they led to something so much bigger. Gabriela's story is proof that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the quiet, consistent moments of choosing yourself. So if you feel stuck, exhausted, or invisible, remember this: start small. Take one step and watch what happens next. Your future self is waiting. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're tired, and for good reason. But now you have a way forward. Start with one boost, one habit shift, one act of self-love. You don't need a revolution. You need a rhythm. So let me ask you, would you like to know the first small thing others started with? To reveal this excellent body booster, click the link in the description and make this amazing natural supplement the first of 3 small things you choose to begin your journey on a new path.